So in the last video, we spoke about adding courses and registering team members for those courses by adding trainings for those team members within your organization. Now, if we continue on here, you'll see that now our training dashboard is populated. You also see the courses that we have, and you see some statistics as in terms of the average completion, the number of team members that are doing this training, and then for each employee training, right, each employee rather, you'll see a summary of their information, how many trainings they're doing, how many they've completed, and what's their general progress on their trainings. Now, let's take a further look at this training page. This page works like most of our other list page within Techlify HR. Here you're able to search and filter data. So if we wanted to see, hey, show me all the trainings that John is doing, right? So you'll see that John is involved in 3 different trainings, and we might realize that this is a mistake because John should not be involved in 3 trainings. John is an accountant, but he is in the HSSE training. So what we now need to do is let's go back to the course and review this, and we see that okay, John is here, but in reality Jean should be there, Jonathan, and not John Doe, right? So how do we remove that? If we go to the view page for the training, if we go to our trainings list page, we can again search for the training by course, right? And let's look at HSSE in construction, and we see that we've added the incorrect person. So you can just go about, edit this here, and select that hey, it's John Ethan that needs to be here, not John, and that gets corrected. So if I remove the course and I search for John now, we'll see that John is only doing 2 courses. And similarly, you can search this by branch department. So if we wanted to see all the courses that our engineering team is doing, we'll see that each one of them is doing the employee self-service and the HSSE in construction course. We can even search this by course. So let's say we wanted to know who are the people within our engineering team that are doing this course, and even by the start date, the due date, and the status of the course. And on the listing itself, there are a few options. So you can view, edit, delete the course. That's one. And if you do have a certificate, let's say someone received a certificate for a course, there's a quick upload option for you to link a certificate directly to the training for the employee here. So this is an overview of this page. Now let's take a deeper dive into the training information. So again, we'll see all of the information about this team member. You have progress tracking, and the HSSE team, let's assume that they would have completed this course on May the 7th because it's a 2-hour course. How do we update that? We can just go within the progress tracking and say 100% progress was made on May 7th, and we'll hit save. All right. Now, once you add that, Techlify HR will automatically detect that the progress reached its maximum and update the status of this course to completed. All right, and let's take another example here. Let's go to trainings and the payroll training. Let's have a look at Jimmy, and we'll see that on May 8th, Jimmy completed 50% of the payroll training because practitioner was completed, and Payroll Expert will be on May 15th. So I can go and hit save there, and I just want to add a note here that Payroll Expert is on May 15th. Yeah, so let's put that as a note, and let's just edit this and say that practitioner was completed because that's more related to the update. Now you want to go ahead and add this for all team members, but if I go now to browse the course information page for the Techlify HR payroll training, I'll see that there's a progress update on Jimmy, and also on the course information, Techlify HR calculates an overall course progress percentage averaging out across all 3 employees. And of course, if we average this 50% for Jimmy across the 3 employees, we'll see an average 17% completion. if you go back to your dashboard, similarly you'll see progress updates, and also if you go back to your trainings page, you'll see the update here and information on the course. And one other thing you'll notice is that the team member who would have completed the course no longer shows up here. And if you wanted to see completed courses, you need to select completed. So here, John completed HSSE. So sorry, yeah, so we see that now shows up once we select completed. There's one other page I wanted to show you before we close off this video. If we go to employees, here you'll see some progress and some employee specific information. So for each of your employees, the number of trainings not started, trainings ongoing, trainings completed. And for Jean, as an example, since he completed HSSE in construction, you'll see that one training was not started, but one is completed, and he has a 50% average progress on his courses. Further to that, each employee's profile has a training tab. So let's look at Jimmy's training tab. If I click the view action here, this will take me to Jimmy's profile and come to Jimmy's training tab. Now within this training tab, we're able to see information about Jimmy only, right? So all information displayed here will be about Jimmy. You'll see Jimmy's statistics for each one of his courses, what's the progress that he would have been made, and even the option to update courses. So this is all the information that you would see within the training module, but for Jimmy. Now, I hope you're getting an idea of how our training module works and how it integrates courses, trainings, employees, their progress, integrates into their profile, integrates into your statistics, and everything is basically, it works as one system.